The rights of Indian citizens are now not limited to the fundamental rights granted by the Constitution alone, but cover a wider range. Some rights are derived from the fundamental rights and have been expanded accordingly. Let's take a closer look at some of these rights. The right to freedom of press and the right to information are derived from the fundamental right of freedom of thought and expression. In the 1900s, the press became liberal in India. In 2005, the Government of India passed the Rights to Information Act, which makes it mandatory for all government offices to provide timely response or information to all Indian citizens. Similarly, in 2008, the Parliament passed the Right to Education Bill. Under this right, every child up to 14 years of age has the right to free and compulsory education. The scopes of rights have also expanded over the last few years. For instance, according to a new law passed by the Supreme Court, the right to life also includes the right to food. The Constitution of India also provides for rights that are constitutional rights but not derived from or are not extensions on any fundamental right, such as the right to property and the right to vote in elections. In addition to all these rights, there are a set of human rights that are gaining importance and popularity in democratic countries all over the world. These rights are not necessarily approved by law, but have expanded in scope due to international covenants. Some of these rights are the right to work, right to safe and healthy working conditions, right to adequate standard of living, right to social security, right to health, and the right to education. The Constitution of South Africa grants several new rights to its citizens, such as the right to privacy, under which citizens have the right to deny their houses being searched, their phones being tapped, or their communication being opened. It also grants the right to a safe environment that is not injurious to their health or well-being, the right to have access to adequate housing, the right to have access to healthcare services and sufficient food and water, with no one being refused emergency medical care. Therefore, you can see that the scope and meaning of rights have evolved over the years through the judicial system and the National Human Rights Commission.